Welcome to Graeme Games. My name is Graeme. This is a game. Today I'm playing the public playtest of Castillon. So there is no demo available yet. If you go to the Steam page, there is a playtest option there. You click that you want to join the playtest and you'll get immediate access to the game. So if you're curious how to access it, it is available there. And we really heavily do want people to be playing the game and giving feedback at this stage. Two Left Thumbs is serving as publisher. It's being developed by One Up Plus Entertainment. I'm going to skip the tutorial. I know how the game works. I've been heavily involved in the development here, and I kind of just want to show things off. It is a merger of RTS strategy and tower defenses. So right off the bat, you want to get going on things. You want to start mining some early resources, build some of that up so you can start crafting your little base here. I'm gonna stick this house in the back. The house is giving access to population. You can see like the lumber yard, it requires one population, stone, food, you can see all that up top. You start with a bit of resources. So I'm gonna stick the lumber yard here tucked away into the trees. Now I have a little worker who will start mining trees on my behalf, lumber more accurately, and I can go gather up a little bit of stone. I need to build up to having a quarry as well. You can do whatever build order best suits yourself, but I feel like that's a good early target. I'm low on food to make that happen, so I'm gonna go gather food. Each of these individual resources you can see are limited by the amount you can gather. This thing will run out after 10, but if you leave it to replenish, then at the end of the day, or rather each morning, it will replenish a small amount. So it's not. There's a sustainability to the resources that you need to kind of keep into balance. You can see in the bottom right, I'm 39 seconds away from the day rolling over, so you're trying to do as much as you can to build up your base before you start getting attacked in the night. So right now, I am investing heavily in lumber because I want to start gathering. Right, I need lumber and stone, so I need a bit of both. And I'm trying to see if I can get enough to get 2 towers built. The first night, it goes pretty easy on you. It shouldn't be that big of a risk. I should be able to survive just with the 1 tower pretty easily. But trying to push things ahead here, really show off what it looks like if you're able or willing to push the game and get a nice early start on things. So it's about to be the next day, so there's not a lot you can do. You can't build during night. The focus is on defending, so I figured I would just try and gather up a bit extra. I can run in as my hero, get a few extra shots off there. You can see I'm gathering different resources from the enemies there. The green are crystals, or you can see in the top right there. Well, it's in the middle, but it's hard to point out. I'll point out with my mouse here. Here, the crystals that I'm gathering there. They have various uses. They almost destroyed that tower, so a little bit risky. I need to spend a little bit to repair that. But you can see they also dropped up here this yellow resource, and these are different elements that you can use to upgrade your towers. I can upgrade my lumber yard. I can add the ability to add a workshop or grab a resource pack, each of which also come with little bonus elementals that you can use to upgrade your towers. Produce a villager, collects wood. I'm gonna take the lumber yard upgrade. So now you can see my lumber yard is a little bit better. I'll generate wood a little bit more quickly, and I can either apply this holy or necro element to this tower. For holy, I raise the amount of crystal drops. You can see here's an early example of where crystals can be used in case you decide you don't like the upgrade path you've taken with your tower, because you can insert up to 3. Or rapid fire. I'm going to take the rapid fire. And this one can receive the crystal drop. I can see that there was enemies directly coming from the right there, so I figured, I'll just kind of reinforce things off to that side. With the upgraded lumber yard, I probably don't need to worry about manually collecting lumber as much. I'm trying to get the castle itself upgraded. Yeah, there's a minute left in the day. I should have enough time to do that within the single day here. So I'm going to gather the last little bit of stone needed. Then bonus wizard health, wizard damage, a few extra swordsmen, extra choices during the drafts, and extra rune sockets in the towers. So, pick up a couple swordsmen, I can drop them in the middle there. There is a little camp off to the side here that I'm going to go fight. So this is an opportunity for me to gain a little extra resources, like they might drop crystals, they might drop those elements, but there's also the treasure chest behind them. That's like a nice, immediate, easy one hanging out right next to your camp for you to kind of discover and learn that there's things to be found planted around the map. And so I went and grabbed that one up real quickly. And now I might be able to get enough stone. I think I'll be able to get enough stone to get a third tower down. Oh, I ran away from that just a tiny bit too quickly. I got the tower down, and I narrowly squeezed in being able to socket it. So from that treasure chest, I got two things here. I could add one to now have a freezing tower, and if I were to add this, siege break, 200% more damage to siege units, large units, and bosses. I think for now I'm going to leave it just as the freezing tower. So it should help kind of break up the enemy troops a little bit. It has a chance to cause them to freeze solid. Again, we're in a pretty early phase here, so these early waves aren't going to be putting up too much of a fight. I should be holding my own pretty readily in this case. You get an additional draft each night, so I should go pick that up. Walls are useful. I might not build one immediately, but I am going to take the draft. It's something I definitely want to be building up towards longer term. And I can start putting things like a quarry up here to try and make use of it, like exploit some of those resources. But that gets a little tricky, you know. Things get a little tight. You know what? I have the resources. I am going to stick a wall here. And I'm going to try and build up towards having a quarry there. I do have the population for it. That is fine. I'm missing food right now. So probably, you know what, I'm realizing probably first I should try and get a food silo down. Yeah, I think that is a higher priority for me right now. I've nearly depleted that one, so I don't want to go further on that at the moment. Probably my best bet actually is to mine this one out here. That's kind of the furthest off, the least likely one that I will be kind of coming back to, or eventually building next to try to exploit it. So it's best for my hero to kind of get out there and do it instead. Maybe I'll gather like one more cycle of it. I definitely want to stick the food silo back somewhere protected so it doesn't get killed by incoming enemies. There's not a lot of options for that worker to exploit, so I should try and kind of assist them out here. And probably I will just barely get enough in time. I won't build the quarry right now, just in case these enemies punch through this defense over here, which they might do. It actually has kind of a mini boss this round, so they are going to be a little tougher. These runners go straight for your castle, so I wasn't really prepared to defend against that very fully. So kind of took a little bit of punishment there. They're messing up my helpers pretty badly. I don't have extra skills for my wizard right now. He's pretty weak at the moment. That's something you can draft, and I haven't really done. So I'm hoping if I can kind of keep this guy away from that wall, maybe the wall will actually survive. Okay, you can rebuild it if it goes down, but I'd rather lure him. Oh, they're gonna take out my wall. Dang. So I will have to spend resources rebuilding that, but I wanted him more in the middle of my towers there, so they're actually doing some work. Dang. So I have to spend some crystals rebuilding there. You can see a use for those now. Let's see if I can get this how I was hoping. Not ideal, but that should work. That's something. It's a little clunky looking, but functional. Let's see if I can get a quarry down. Yeah, so let's try and exploit these a little more. I have a healthy injection of lumber coming from my upgraded lumber mill. You know what? I should go take a draft. I should repair my castle as well. You lose if your castle falls, if you hadn't expected that. A swordsman barracks is good. I do want those eventually. It has a high population cost, so not something I think I'm going to invest in immediately. But I do want to kind of open up that possibility. Okay, now all of a sudden I'm not pulling lumber as much as I need. Only 2 flying units are going to come from that side, so I'm not overly worried about like a flood of enemies coming over there that's going to mess me up in any major way. But I should take a look. Okay, 8 enemies coming from that side. Nothing crazy. Let me see what my options are. Siege Break, Blizzard, or Split Bolts. I'm going to get Blizzard going. And I can't get that 3rd tier going just yet. I need to upgrade the castle once more. Healing units, Siege Break, or Enhancement Aura. I'm not very unit oriented right now. So, you know, my options there kind of lean that way, so maybe I don't want to be going that. Rain of Arrows, Magic Armor, Bone Prison. Let's do Rain of Arrows. That's a little bit more offensive based. I think it's time to throw down a wall up front there. And now I want to be getting some extra towers down. I think it's something I kind of want to be building towards here. Do I have the music on? Oh, maybe it could just be quiet. I have my headphones turned down quite a bit. Oh yeah, I can hear it there. Okay, I will throw down one more tower. One that hopefully can kind of shoot on either side of either wall there. That's my ideal for kind of how I've set that up. We know these, well, we can see these are coming first. So go fight them off. You can see those little bats. Not a big issue. This is still a pretty easy set of waves to deal with. Now we have things coming from those 2 directions. So this side does feel quite exposed. So I think I want to get one more wall down. And then I want to shift my focus a little bit. Let's see. I want to get more houses. So I need a little bit more lumber for that. Once I get one more homestead down, squeeze it in the back there. Oh, not what I meant to click. Drafting, upgraded food silo. Food hasn't been super limiting. I could get an extra spell to play a little bit more offensively with the wizard himself. And then I want to build the swordsman's barracks. The ones that came as a bonus from the castle actually aren't sustained, so I've lost those now. But this will continue to output new soldiers. Let me tuck it back here a little bit, and I'll kind of just stick them up in the middle here for now. Hopefully I can get a couple of those built. Maybe even you can upgrade them eventually so that they put out more than just the 3 soldiers. Hopefully I can kind of start layering those together a little bit better. They're building up that army a little bit more, but it'll require more housing being built. Let's see. You know what? I'm creeping in range of upgrading this. 20 crystals, so I still need some more of those. Let's see what I could be inserting here. An explosive base tower. That is a fun one to have. I'm going to start with that. I'm going to put in the explosive base. And then, now that I have some units. Well, I guess the aura heal. So that'll be able to start healing my units. Provide a little bit of kind of sustainability in that way. Can I afford another homestead? No, my food production has not been great. And do the barracks need that as well? Oh, yeah. So I'm not going to be able to afford any of that before the night kicks in here. Oh, wait, they're coming from the other side first. Okay, dealt with that pretty well, And now, that was my arcane charge. I didn't line it up well, so that was a little bit wasted. Here's one of the siege units that you definitely want to take out as quickly as you can. Don't want to mess around with that. It'll knock down your walls pretty quickly. So I think I kind of got to go do some repairing on those. Definitely want to gather up those extra resources. So I'm actually going to upgrade the castle first, since it adds an extra option during the draft, so that opens things up for me a little bit. Let's get an archer barracks down as an option. So that kind of cost me most things. So let me see, I squeeze in a homestead there. But at least now we have... Oh, I kind of blocked myself off a little bit there with how I built that other swordsman's barracks. Let's kind of split you guys up a little bit. Let's see, I just want like a couple of you. And the rest of you I'm going to drop on this side. How far away am I from the archer? A little more lumber is all I need. I have the population and everything, so let's focus on that. Drop down the archer's barracks. I'm going to stick them more in the middle. So there, now I have quite a few different things that can kind of harmonize together. And I can start building tier 3 towers. So, one that I don't have yet. So the codex actually keeps track of the ones you've discovered from the different gem combinations. So that's one I haven't done on this save yet. Chain lightning. Oh, chain lightning's dope. I'm actually going to go with chain lightning. I do really just enjoy that tower. Divine heal heals towers, units, and the wizard. So having one really healing focused tower sounds really good. I might just stick with the explosive on that one for now. And rain of arrows up to corpse explode is fun to have. The murder of crows. Murder of crows is pretty cool as well. I do like having that one. Let's see, how 20 seconds. Okay. My focus here, probably I shouldn't be mining from that collection of resources, just because I have guys who are kind of doing that themselves already. Alright, I'm gonna go position myself over here, because a wave of bats could start pouring out. Looks like the big guys are coming first. So let me try and line up a charge. Not a huge amount of damage, but kind of a distraction. Split them up a little bit. Got my units running in. Chain lightning going active. They ripped through the tower. There is the mini boss style enemy who's a part of things here. So he's a high damage dealer, and he really messed up my towers pretty hard there. Took out the big guy on the other side. Oof. So I got pretty hammered there. That wasn't too bad though. I think I'm faring okay, but because that was a mini boss one here, I know that my next round is going to be a little bit safer, so I am going to venture out all the way to here. Summon those up with me. Ooh, this is not a great amount of units. I might get kind of messed up here. It's going okay, honestly. You can see I'm still gathering my resources from like across the map. Kind of a little bit silly how that works. But I wanted to throw down a quick tower to help out. You don't get much back for recycling it. Like, I kind of did have to just spend 6 wood and 6 stone to do that, but I don't think I would have beaten those guys without it, or at least it would have taken a lot of time. And that's a huge thing. Actually, you know what? You start with like a home teleport skill, so I can use that to get back to the base quickly. Bonus homestead is huge, because now I just immediately have that bonus population to work with. So I definitely want to invest in that. Now I have a lot of resources. I have a lot of elements. So I'm going to play around with getting a few more towers down. Oh, I think the next night maybe just started. Oh, it did. Oh no. Chain lightning helping out big time. You can see it's kind of melting through those enemies there. That's really, really huge for me, actually. Can I take this out before they fully destroy this? Good. All right, that tower got hit pretty hard, pretty fast. So let me see. I'm going to start with an explosive, an arcane, and all right, let's go laser beam. Laser beam is a fun one to have. And maybe I get another defensive tower over here. Oh, a few different things are in the way there. Ooh, that ran out pretty quickly. Dang. All right, I'm starting to get a little resource limited. Let's throw down 2 holy since I have a lot of them. Curse, hit an area reducing their damage, and they take more damage. The Holy Knight. I'm doing the Holy Knight. The Holy Knight's a cool one. So there's now a kind of a flaming guard that is positioned there who will come out and defend me. He's just like a supercharged unit who's based through that tower. So I do like having that one. It's a good one to have. Maybe I consider putting another lumber yard down. But you can kind of see over here, like, there's quite a lot of lumber. The stone is more limited within the confines of the base. I didn't take the draft from that most recent night. Ooh, I'm getting a little crowded. I've boxed myself off from accessing the castle easily there. Ooh, bonus quarry. And you produce stone every daybreak, so that could kind of help balance that out a little bit. Yeah, I think I'm going to take the quarry upgrade. That does help me pretty effectively. Let's get another swordsman's barracks down. Just get a few more units going. I don't think I really care where they are positioned at the moment. They can just go help out wherever they're needed when the time comes. I know I have that one low tier tower. I will consider investing more heavily in that soon. Laser beam doing its thing. I'll do an arcane charge. Kind of managed to take out a chunk of enemies through that. The laser beam chain lightning combo is helping me out massively. Good job, soldiers. That really does help with the siege thing, blasting my stuff from so far away. So this is a mini boss round again. There's big units coming from every direction. I am really tempted to now I probably should upgrade that specific tower. This one comes with an engineering and upgraded rangers, archers. So I am gonna go with that one. Let's just kind of stick you guys over here. Just kind of try and spread them out a little bit more. Second for the sniper, and one more for flamethrower. Caltrops, undiscovered, bone wall, the flamethrower. The long range of the sniper is good, actually. I think I am going to keep that one in place. And where it's positioned is like decently useful. I'm going to stick one more defensive tower right in the middle here. This is about to be like a hard-hitting round. Let's go 2 on Necro. You know what? Undiscovered. Necro Arcane. What do you got for me? Bloodlust. Allies in wizard and tower range attack 100% faster but suffer more damage. We'll see. We'll see if I live to regret that choice or how exactly I'm going to come to feel about that one. Squeeze in a little bit. One more tower there. I'm going to stick you guys up here. Yeah, the Bloodlust is directly risky. We'll see if I stand by that decision when things start really stacking up against me. There is another camp. I'm going to just try and point the map at it. Hidden way back there. There's one more camp I could try and go for, but there's only a few more knights left, and I would worry about using up my units too aggressively. or something like that. Here's the Holy Knight. He might only trigger when they get to the other side of the wall, maybe. So he's not really contributing over there at the moment. There we go. I got some good high damage dealing towers. Oof, that's gonna be a lot of stuff coming my way at once, and a heavy siege focus on the left hand side there. Only the 2 knights left, actually, so I really do need to kind of just make some decisions on how I want to more heavily fortify things. Since I have the upgraded archers, it makes me think I should focus on them a little bit more. I can just take a resource pack. I have the tower that is repairing things for me, so I don't really need to worry about that. Let's take the angel tower, actually. That is a big, very useful unit to have. It means I gotta spend the day gathering food, because it costs 15 food to build that tower, as you can see in the draft menu there. I should have time, narrowly, barely, like just kind of barely. 10 more seconds. Oh wait, let's get back to base and get that built. I'll stick it right in the middle here. Gives me that big badass unit to go off of, to go with. Oh, but I'm short on population now to build any archers or anything like that. I'm gonna go. Oh, I wanted to go defend on that side right away before those siege units started pouring in. All right, arcane charge. That it helps melt through those imps. Really, really helps get rid of that. Things are starting to pour in over here. This is what I don't want to be stuck dealing with. Is this thing here that just hammers through those walls? Oh man. The angel, the holy knight. I need you guys. I need everyone. Pull your weight. Now there is just the one knight left. Oh man. Okay. I need to repair everything that fell in the night there. Luckily, I do have. You know what? I'm not worried about that quarry. I'm not going to spend the resources on it. Luckily, I have a pretty good crystal supply built up. Alright, let's go inspect our draft and then make some decisions. Not a ton of stuff that I'm especially excited for. Mine. It's an extra ability for the wizard. Oh, I'm very food limited. I'm going to try. I don't know if I'll have enough for what I was picturing building a homestead and a barracks, but I think in terms of food, it'll be too costly. I'm recycling you literally just so I can throw down a tower there instead. Let's go arcane. I could do another laser beam. Keg bombs. Keg bombs is a good one. So if I have the explosives coming from that, I'm less worried about here. Undiscovered. Let's see what we get for that one. Charm. Temporarily cause non-boss enemies to become docile. So that kind of helps fight back in its own way. 14 more seconds. Alright. Oh. Okay. Just enough time. Gather some lumber. Oh, I'm trying to drop those guys. I don't really want them following me. Out of my way. I need to upgrade my tower. Arcane, Holy, and another Holy Knight. Another undiscovered one. Twisters. Twisters is a cool one. Okay. I've thrown down like as much different things as I can. I couldn't afford extra walls or anything like that. Now we gotta see if we can fend off the big unit here. I'm gonna drop a mine in front of them, blow things up a little bit, do an arcane charge. Try and fight them out in the field a little bit. But you can see like This thing's raining down meteors at me. That's coming down from all over, which starts dropping hard-hitting units in the middle of your base. So, like, you know, you kind of have to be defending from the interior. I think, okay, we got rid of the big guy. Had enough defensive towers and things going. A ton of stuff that I had in my base got ripped down there, but managed to hold it off and survive the night. I'm pretty experienced at the game, so, you know, you start getting pretty comfortable with how to push through things. We're heavily looking for feedback right now. It would be so useful. Whether that's the Steam discussions, you can join the game's Discord, or you can fill out a Google form by selecting this at the end of playing a round of the game. We have a lot of different ideas for different ways to adjust the difficulty of the game to make these different maps more replayable. The playtest has an additional map, totally different layout of things. You have access to a few different unit types and things like that. So a totally different experience there. Necro Yard is just kind of a tease of the next thing to come available. Each of these is themed after the element types, so you have Holy, the Arcane, Necro, the next one will be Engineering. We have a lot of plans for all of that. Different achievements, different ways to kind of try and challenge and push yourself. And you can see I was already level 5. You start unlocking additional things, a different mount to play with, different capes that have, well, right now they don't do anything, but they'll have different modifiers attached to them. And basically, we're just really curious to know, what do people like most about the game? What do they dislike? What do they want to see more of? We're just really eager to have some feedback. So join that playtest, check it out for yourself. We would love to hear from you. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.